Costanza and Freedom are new to Vanquish Gaming tournaments. They're joining us for the first time on this tournament. They were not part of the previous one. Ari and Kid kind of returning. Ari was in our first tournament, however, he had to play with an alternate, didn't do as well as he would have liked, and now he is back for vengeance. And he has brought his official partner with him, Kid, who so far have done a pretty decent job racking up through the tournament. I believe they only suffered one loss in round 1 and find themselves in upper bracket round 2 versus Costanza and Freedom. So start off in the bottom. We've got Ari as the pink Zerg, mirrored by his teammate, best friend, and confidant Kid as the green Protoss. And in the north position, we have Freedom as the blue Zerg, and his teammate, the purple Protoss, Costanza. So we'll take a look and see what we've got going on here. So far, we've got Costanza going down with a pretty standard pylon over by the ramp. It looks like we'll try to wall this off for both of them. This is a shared base map. Usually does not favor Zerg, but having a Protoss teammate helps, as he can wall it off pretty easily considering this ramp is fairly narrow. We do have Kid pretty much mimicking him on the other side, putting down a pylon as well. Looks like they're both going to go for a dual wall off. It will become a challenge later in the game as Ari and Freedom begin to creep out, and we'll need to manage that creep so they're not necessarily hindering their teammate. So far we see total mineral macro going up for both Zerg players and both Protoss players. In-cab tab looks pretty dead even across the board. As we see, we've got you know, pretty much just all drones right now and workers. We see Freedom finally throwing down a spawning pool. We see gas going up for one of the Protoss players, gas going up for the other one. I swear, it's like Kid and Costanza are basically like twins that were lost at birth, and they just play simultaneously, mirroring each other the entire game. We see a gateway, we see a gateway. You know, they're making my job really easy because they're both doing the exact same thing. So we do see a little bit of Marion Betty grab-ass going on as this probe is going to try to catch Ari. Oh, and it pulls away right at the center of the map, respecting the untold boundaries of two teams warring against each other here. And we do see some overlords going out to try and find, maybe try to spy on things. It looks like Freedom's positioning his to monitor the high traffic route down the center, while Ari is going for the side expansions. We do see Cybernetics core going down, and oh, do I guess another Cybernetics core? Wow. Not that I want to pull any punches against Protoss players, but you know, it's pretty redundant. So back at the Freedom base, we see some Zerglings coming out. Looks like maybe some scouting going on. I do not see any metabolic boost going down, so no speedlings. We're going to go with the standard issued one so far. We do see warp gates going down. That's pretty indicative of a 6 to 7 minute rush. We do see on the opposite side finally some differentiation as Kid goes for a zealot instead, and he's going to go ahead and try to defend this expand. It's pretty, I'll go ahead and call that a medium expand, not necessarily fast. We do see the spine crawler going down the evolution chamber up north. This is a nice little box design. And basically what he's trying to do here is prevent surround on that spine crawler from the Zerglings that Freedom may or may not send in. And wow, Freedom getting really ballsy here, going for the high yield up front. Basically just saying, I'm willing to bet you're not going to go for map control, and you're not going to cross the DMZ here in the center, and I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of your timidness and go for this gold. If he can pull off that gold even just to get it saturated, it'll give him a huge economic boost. As you see so far, everyone's still very dead even on the economy. Finally, we see metabolic boost going down. Also see a roach warren and another gas coming up. That looks like he's going to definitely stack some roaches. These Zerglings go ahead and holding that Zelnaga, and unfortunately Ari is going to find out the hard way that he's expanding in the gold and has completely one-upped him where he went for the natural. So nothing makes you feel a little small than knowing someone went for gold. Meanwhile, back at Costanza's base, we do see Blink coming down, pretty much guaranteeing some kind of stalker ball. The robotics facility could mean Colossi, could also mean Immortals. He could be trying to go for some kind of death ball there. Also a very popular build. Warp gate's finally finished. Amazingly, he's been running on 2 gates the entire time, and I don't even think he has any units at all. So he's just completely ballsing this up, if I can go ahead and coin that phrase right now, because he's not even trying to defend his base. He's basically saying, I'm pretty sure you're just going to stay in there and not try to do anything. Ari behind on the speed, starting to fall behind on the macro. We do see that spine coming up, although now that you've got this nice wall in place, I'd like to see that spine move up, kind of guard the expansion here, maybe even hit right here in the center position so it can get both sides of these choke points as they go through. See a nice little mass coming up here, but really nothing to counter speedlings, which, you know, at this point, it's going to turn into a roach fest as well, as you see lots and lots of drones starting to come to this goal. We do see finally some stalkers coming in already with Blink, coming in by the 3s. Got Ari still running around this base. Look at that crazy guy just running around here and no one's stopping him. And he probably saw what he didn't like to see, which is that they've got a bigger army than they do. So we got some zealots coming down now. If he can get charge lots up and ready before those stalkers hit, that'll be a huge advantage to Kid, as he needs charge lots to be able to counter any kind of stalker masses, as zealots are just way too slow to outdo the range on this. So as we see the charge lot coming in, the upgrade coming down, and these Zerglings still so slow. Just unbelievably slow. Finally, metabolic boost kicking in. You see them speeding away. They're going to try to take out this gold, and they might be able to pull this off. Yes, I do believe he's finally been able to get enough Zerglings to push this off. See those charge lots going in. They're going to go ahead and obliterate that, and wow, they're going to force all of Costanza's stalkers to pull back. He does have this proxy pylon. No, he said forget it. I'm no match for those charge lots and those lings, so I'm just going to go ahead and blink myself into their base. We are almost. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Yes, we are in a base trade situation, and I really wish I had like a cool animation for this, but we are in base trade mode right now, as you just see them going at it. Unfortunately, the advantage is probably going to go to Costanza, as he has absolutely nothing to stop him, and these guys are still hanging out. Ari's still hanging out with some very injured lings outside of the base, and they don't even know what to do right now. He shut down the pylon very smartly on those warp gates, cutting the production in half. He's going to go for that Nexus. He got most of the workers out, and he's going to go ahead and take down that Nexus, force him to rebuild, and he has barely enough minerals to rebuild it. You see finally these Zerglings pulling back to try and defend, but look at them, they're just hanging out. They're not actually attacking. They're just standing by like they're indecisive. They don't know if they want to attack. Those stalkers look really intimidating for them right now, and they're not sure if they have the confidence to go. And finally, you see them pull in, Blink out of the way, but he actually blinked into a more wide open space. This poor stalker trapped in these buildings, and he will go down. These charge lots going in, very, very close. He doesn't have enough stalkers to finish this off, but he's definitely going to cause some more damage. See these two warp gates finally come back up. He's trying to kite that zealot, but with charge, it's going to be tough. See more Zerglings rolling in, and it looks like they're going to finish this off. Ouch, very, very, very tricky base trade situation there. Some serious damage, but thankfully we're able to save that Nexus, which was really the crucial point. If he would have lost that Nexus, it'd be a huge hit to him, considering it's his only base. Unfortunately, Freedom lost all of his expansion units. Everything just went down. He's now saying, okay, maybe I was a little too ballsy. I'm going to go ahead and go for the natural on this. We see some roaches coming up. That'll definitely help with the Zergling problem. Decided I'm not going to go toe-to-toe on the Zerglings. We do see, let's go ahead and take a look at the economy tab here. Considering the base trade option, we actually see the resources still favoring Ari and Kid, as that gold went down and Costanza still has not expanded. They are pretty much just going on one base, and you see they have really really low harvester count. They are just completely relying on the fact that they went early units to try and counter that. And you see these Zerglings coming in, and that is going to, oh, and he blinks right back in. They're going to need something to see that observer. If they haven't figured it out by now, they're going to have to realize that they have an observer there, and that's how he's able to blink right in, because they can only blink where they can see. And you see this little cloaked observer just following him around, and unfortunately for Costanza, he's probably going to lose all these zealots unless he's like an absolute David Copperfield with that blink, because they are just wedged in here. It's got actually a really good wedge there, and oh, unfortunately that didn't do it for him, and he's completely lost them. But there are no observers in here, so this little Costanza spy is just going to kind of hang out. And you see some photon cannons going down, kind of more of a brute force way of dealing with the problem, but I guess it'll do. They will be able to detect that observer though, so that'll definitely help there. We see a nice little army ball forming up here. We finally see Freedom gaining enough drones to finally match their opponents there. Wow, actually massing a big time to 35, just completely hoping they're not going to put any early pressure. And he might be wrong, as we do see a small subset of Ari's Lings roaming around the map looking for expansions. And he won't find any risky expansions this time, but he will find a very, very mined out, or saturated, I should say, expansion. So now we do have a nice look at this complete answer. This is exactly